Don't do it if you don't enjoy it. So you're not seeing my head at the moment because I can't show like everything. I haven't figured it out yet to get farther away. But I am trying out my 18-inch light ring while I am talking about my Lego Friends hoard right here. Okay, so this was a lot of fun to buy all this stuff and to be in one big bin. It's this purple bin right here was full. And, well, not full. You can see how many I have. So it was a lot of fun looking up and figuring out how to build these. And so what I was doing, make sure there's nothing. Yes, I'm looking pretty good. All this stuff behind me is, and over to my side, that's coming up later. So I was trying to decide, what angle I wanted to do this and whether or not I wanted to be in it. And I decided right now I'm not going to be in it. So I picked up all these Lego Friends. I think I paid about, I don't know, maybe, it was a lot. It was like $13 something for the whole thing. I don't know if they're going to bring that kind of money. But I just had so much fun playing with them that I can't resist. I'm sorry. I cannot resist not buying Legos. It's a crazy thing. So I do have a lot of interesting sets and a lot of interesting people. And I just want to talk about the process right now of listing on eBay when you have so many things. And hopefully, if you're in a position of, gosh, I got all this stuff, what am I going to do and how do I sell it? I've set this up on the floor because I needed more room to get a really good picture. I don't know if you can tell. This black is actually just a piece of cloth and it's kind of folded into a square. Because your opening picture, like the one that people see first when they're scrolling, if you've ever noticed, is square. And you want to get a really good photo that's going to really show off what you're doing in that little square shape because it really fills in better. You don't want a lot of blank space. You're not selling blank space. You're selling a bunch of Legos at this point. Now I could separate these out. But what fun is that? I mean, the best part is that somebody's going to get these broken up because they'll never survive the transition into this box. Where's my box? Okay, and then I'm going to put them into a priority mailbox. I will weigh the box and I will decide how much it's going to cost to ship based on that. So I'm pulling all these bags out first. I am going to put the bags back into the picture. So I'm trying to get a good angle on this, and I'm hoping I can use my 18-inch light here. I got a lot of shadows. I have my window open. I do have some pretty strong shadows going though, so I'm a little bit worried how this is going to turn out. All right, guys, taller in the back. Why spend so much time doing it? Don't do it if you don't enjoy it, first of all. If you don't want to do this, people will buy a bag of Legos. They don't care if you do all this. This is not a requisite in order to sell something. And I can take some time and look these things up to see what they are. So for my first picture, I'm going to try this as being my first picture. It just looks like a bunch of goodies. So I've got my phone. I'm going to go ahead and use my camera for this because I found I always end up forgetting to erase them, to delete them. But I found that my camera, well, it doesn't crash for one thing. A lot of times the eBay app will crash, and that's so frustrating when you've done like 12 pictures. So I'm going to take the picture, socks and everything. No, I don't have my socks. And then I'm going to edit it into a cropped, I don't like this kids. I'm so picky. You can see some of my carpet because I'm that picky. All right, crop. I'm going to have to like sneak it in over here. People won't have to get over it because this wasn't square. Let me see if I can move it. All right. So there. That would be, ooh, is it going to show? Something like that. Really want. But when I'm looking at this, what I'm seeing, oops, is a line from my ring, is that I have like a space over here. And I have it, since it's so crowded anyway, why not go ahead and fill that space with stuff that will, I know what to do. That's going to show up better. Like my girls. Here's all my girls. I kind of spread some stuff because I kind of want to fill in that whole void. So I'm trashing that one. Honestly, you shouldn't spend this much time. I give a shout out to all these wonderful sites. All these wonderful vloggers who talk about some tips on selling on eBay, who are much better than I. But we're all kind of doing our own thing, and I think that's important too. There's a sense sometimes I know that mine don't look as professional as they could, but one of the things I do on eBay is, or any place that I post, I kind of have a generic description that I just try to CYA, and you know what that means. I say that, look, it's secondhand, all the pieces aren't here, it's in plain with condition, and then I just kind of use that for most of my listings. So, I'm so sorry. So I'm going to sneak in. Is that working? And there's that. So, done with that. So I like that. It's got a lot of stuff going on. I think if someone were to look at that, they would go, wow, that's a lot of good stuff. Now what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to involve y'all in all of this, I'm going to kind of break down some sections and take pictures of the more completed sets, get pictures of the people and the animals, and my dogs are barking, because that's how things go when you're trying to video something. So, to sum it up, lighting is important. I'm not too disappointed in what happened with the 18-inch lamp. I think if I were to really do it again, I would, instead of being over it like this, I would be behind it and try to get this part lit up. I could have gotten this with a flash. Probably will get this with a flash on my phone. As soon as I find where I did my phone. Sorry about that content getting cut off, but my battery died. So I just want to kind of reiterate some of the important things that I find when taking photos for eBay. I always like to start my first photo to be one that I can crop down so that when someone is scrolling, they can see the really good pictures. And I like to incorporate a lot of different styles, like get a full length and close-ups and show flaws and things like that in my listings. So as a buyer, I prefer to see pictures that are really good and in focus and crisp like that. So I'm hoping, you get some ideas from that. Also, my idea towards taking photos is I always want it to be Pinterest worthy. And every time I list something, I pin it. I either pin it to one of the different Pinterest pages that I have. So I like to do that, and I encourage you to if you are not even on Pinterest right now, start Pinterest. I have a lot of items that have been shared and shared and shared, so are pinned and pinned and pinned in this case. So I encourage you to do that. It's just another form of advertising for your items that you're listing on eBay. It's also a good way to obviously show that your videos are posted. So another thing I guess you noticed is I look totally different without my glasses on. I know, right? It's because, I look different. I was in theater for like 17 years, and I had hoarded up a lot of wigs, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of wear one today. I am not doing theater right now because part of the fibromyalgia is I don't think I can remember lines anymore. And I have gone from being a lead to scared to even go on stage because I'm afraid in the evenings is when it's really bad that I won't be able to remember my lines. And that's really sad for me because I really loved it. It was something I was very passionate about, especially in the parts where you get to, do all the cool stuff. And one of the things I did in the theater was take a lot of headshots. So keeping that in mind, when I take pictures of like my Barbies and my dolls and things like that, I kind of do the same kind of headshot look. I want them to look really good. I want my dolls to look good. I want all my items to look good. I want them to appeal to the, people who may be interested in buying them. And I also want them to kind of stand out as you're scrolling down and you're looking through all these Barbies. I want mine to stand out. And I've gotten to where it's weird because I know different sellers buy the backgrounds for their Barbies. And I've kind of stuck to black lately. And my white, usually if you see mine on the white tissue background, it's because I'm having a really bad day and I got a lot of stuff to list and I'm sitting on the floor. And it's easier to just lay them on the floor. Doesn't take a big grand studio to take good pictures. Now, I did have my 18-inch light. This is making me glow up pretty now. And I had my overhead light. And I did have the light on my phone. I could use a flash to take pictures. I did a few on that last with the Legos, and you can really tell because the horse is like whited out, and I wasn't really happy with that. But that's the thing. If you're selling something that doesn't cost much, you're not going to make a lot of money, just, try to get a good couple of pictures, and then just like decent pictures are always nice. But if you're selling something that you want a lot of money for, you better get some good shots of it, because especially things that I've had, I'm going to really like myself there, especially things that I posted that were, a couple $100s. I definitely want them to show their best in every photo. Wow, every time I go to video, somebody comes in the house and making noise. Anyway, noise and the dogs. Love it. Well, anyway, just to wrap it up, before it gets too loud in my house, I hope this is some help to you. I know that some of this can be scary when you're looking at a lot of listings to do and how you're going to do it efficiently. And I don't have a fancy studio, and I don't have one of those cool boxes. Actually, I have one of those cool boxes. I just don't use it. It's actually more of a problem for me to kind of get it all just right, where I just throw it up. I have another backdrop. But anyway, that worked out really well. I was working on the floor so I could spread all my stuff out. And I encourage you to take good pictures. And in the meantime, like and subscribe, or like and subscribe, one of those over there. Subscribe. Bing, bing. Anyway, do that and comment, because I like to talk. So if you write me a little comment, even if it's a bad one, I'll probably answer it. Still happy and still hoarding. Anyway, check back. Thanks.